This is Tom Grassi, and this is 30 and 30, and you're watching Illogical Canadian.
Football is so fucking back. Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis Canadien Logique. Welcome to the first week in review of the 2025 NFL season. Week one was very chaotic. As expected, there were some duds, there were some exciting games, and there were some hot babes in Brazil. That's to be expected, right? So, I don't want to waste any time today. All I want to say is football is back. I'm glad it's back, and we can begin the oldest series on this YouTube channel. A game that can be summarized by a fucking weather delay. Seriously, that's how we start the NFL season? Yeah, I know, it's weird too. I said the same thing. We were on a weather delay for nearly an hour. Yes, nearly a fucking hour because of lightning. Sure, it rained a little bit, but then again, what the fuck am I doing talking about the weather? This is football. The game was okay, but then again, the Eagles were facing a fucking team without Micah Parsons. Ha 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 ha. Fucking Cowboys never change. But let's start with the Cowboys. Dak Prescott went 21 for 34, 188 yards. Javonte Williams, welcome to Dallas. 15 carries, 54 yards, but 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. And CeeDee Lamb with 7 receptions for 110 yards. For the Eagles, Jalen Hurts went 19 for 23 in the air with 152 yards thrown. Jalen Hurts also ran for 14 times for 62 yards and 2 touchdown runs of his own, telling Javonte Williams to firmly go fuck himself. And Jahan Dotson caught it 3 times for 59 yards as the Eagles were able to get their Super Bowl defense off to a good start by defeating the Dallas Cowgirls 24-20. NFL so back. Brazil. The wonder that keeps on giving. I love this country for different reasons that I won't get into here, but let's just say those mamacitas over there. Don't don't ask. Okay? But besides those, the football here was really good. It was back and forth. Teammate basically killed off another teammate in this game, and the quality was just really actually pretty good. The Chiefs, Patty Mahomes went 24 for 39 in the air, 258 yards, and a touchdown pass, all told, all as well. He also ran 6 times for 57 yards and even ran for a touchdown on his own accord. And Hollywood Brown caught the ball 10 times for 99 yards. Just couldn't get to 100, could he? For the Chargers, though, they had a great day. Justin Herbert went 25 for 34 in the air, 318 yards, goddamn son, and 3 touchdowns. Omarion Hampton, welcome to the NFL. 15 carries, 48 yards on your first night out. Not bad. And Quentin Johnston caught the ball 5 times for 79 yards and hauling in 2 touchdowns of his own. And what is an unprecedented victory? The Chargers beat the Chiefs. Yes, the Chargers in week one beat the Chiefs. How the fuck do we even manage? I couldn't even fucking tell you. This game was not as good as I honestly hoped for. Sure, both teams put some fight on both sides, but you want to talk about exciting football, this is not the game for you, in all honesty. As much as both of these teams can be something this season, There's some questions regarding both teams, especially with the Saints and regarding Spencer Rattler, since Derek Carr retired in the offseason. Now, that's not to say they can't do anything with Spencer Rattler, because this is only his first NFL start. So with him, time will tell. The Cardinals, let's talk about them. Kyler Murray went 21 for 29 in the air, 163 yards and 2 touchdown passes for him. Not bad. Not bad for a guy who likes to play Call of Duty all the time. Trey Benson carried the ball 8 times for 69 yards. Nice. And Marvin Harrison Jr. caught it 5 times for 71 yards, hauling in a touchdown grab of his own. For the Saints, Spencer Rattler went 27 for 46 in the air, 214 yards. Alvin Kamara carried it 11 times for 45 yards and rushed it in for a touchdown. And Jawan Johnson, welcome to New Orleans. 8 receptions, 76 yards. That's pretty much that. The Cardinals were able to escape 20-13 with the victory, and they had themselves a little bit of a party down in the bayou. Stop. Okay? Fucking stop. I want to see if I'm getting this right. We are in 2025. Okay? This is the 2025 NFL season. It's bad enough Daniel Jones is a starter for the fucking Giants, for the Colts, sorry. But this, Daniel Jones wiped the fucking floor with the Miami Dolphins. Like, let's fucking put this into perspective, okay? The Dolphins were supposed to be the better team, and the Colts wiped the fucking floor with them. Jesus Christ. Speaking of Miami, the combined effort of Tua turned the ball over, and the fucker of your mother, Zach Wilson, went 19 for 31 combined, a combined 146 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks. Devon Achane is still damn good. 7 carries for 55 yards. Nothing special. It's still week 1. You gotta remember that. And Tyreek Hill, 4 receptions, 30 yards. Or 40 yards, I should say. I fucking typed that wrong. Whoopsie. For the Colts, Danny Derps, 22 for 29, 272 yards, and a touchdown. Let that fucking sink in. He nearly got 300 passing yards against the Dolphins. Good fucking Lord. Jonathan Taylor ran 18 times for 71 yards, and Michael Pittman caught it 6 times for 80 yards, hauling in a touchdown pass as well. The Colts, 33-8. I guess this win was pretty feel good for them. They did it for Jim Irsay, and that's all that matters to them. As a Patriots fan, this was not the way I was hoping this matchup would turn out. I mean, sure. I mean, it looked good. Like, there were some highlight moments, sure. But it wasn't really what I was expecting. The Raiders came into Foxborough, and they put up a good fight. And they gave us a good game. In all honesty, it was a good game. I mean, yeah, sure, you let the Raiders win, but hey, you still put up a fight, and that's all that matters. Speaking of those Raiders, Geno Smith went 24 for 34, 362 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Ashton Genty, welcome to the NFL. It's going to take some time getting adjusted to this sort of play, but you'll get used to it. 19 carries, 38 yards, 2 yards per carry, by the way, in a singular touchdown rush. You got your first touchdown. Congratulations. And on receiving, Brock Bowers caught it 5 times for 103 yards. For the Pats, Drake May went 30 for 46, 287 yards, and also got himself a touchdown and pick. Trevion Henderson, welcome to the New England Patriots and welcome to the NFL. 5 carries for 27 yards. And Keyshawn Boutte, 6 receptions for 103 yards. The Raiders would pick up the win 20-13 in a stellar start for Pete Carroll and friends. Some things just never change, do they? Well, this game was very close to being game of the week. We'll talk about the other one later. This game was quarterbacks facing their old teams. Both of them. Rodgers and Fields. Like, you cannot get any more classical football than that. That's just saying something. I mean, speaking of those Steelers, though, I mean, both the Steelers put up a damn good fight toward the very end. So did the Jets. But speaking of those Steelers, let's talk about them. Rodgers went 22 for 30, 244 yards, and threw for 4 touchdowns in his Pittsburgh Steelers debut. Jalen Warren carried it 11 times for 37 yards on the ground, and DK Metcalf welcomed the Pittsburgh 4 catches for 83 yards. Again, not a bad start. That's what the Steelers want. For the Jets, Justin Fields went 16 for 22, 218 yards and a touchdown. Breece Hall carried it 19 times for 107 yards, and Garrett Wilson caught it 7 times, 95 yards, and a touchdown. Not a bad game, because this was back and forth. But someone had to win, and in this case, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers. 34-32 is your final. Could the Jets fans be feeling hope? Nah, it's only week 1. They'll be back to normal by week 5. Wait, both the New York City teams lost this week? Oh, you're serious? Oh, that's even funnier. Will you laugh even harder? And the worst part is the Jets were the best New York City team of the week. Yikes. But that's what happens when you have to go with old man Russell Wilson, who still believes riding ponies is worth a damn. Speaking of Russ, he went 17 for 37 with 168 yards. He also carried the ball 8 times for 44 yards. How the fuck is he the leading rusher? And Malik Neighbors caught it 5 times for 71 yards. For the Commanders, Jaden Daniels continued to show why he was Offensive Rookie of the Year last year by going 19 for 30, 233 yards and a touchdown and a good start. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, man. Welcome to the NFL. The biggest meme player I think we've seen in some time. 10 carries, 82 yards, and his first rushing touchdown of his NFL career. Not bad. And Deebo Samuel, have yourself a day. 7 receptions for 77 yards, en route to a 21-6 victory for the Washington Commanders over the New York Giants. Once again, the Jets did better than the Giants this week, and that is just sad. This felt like a glorified bye week for Jacksonville. Sure, the Panthers did look better than last season in this game. Scoreboard-wise, no the fuck they didn't. In fact, I take that back. They did look a little better. And by that, I mean they actually scored points. Because if this were last season, they probably wouldn't have scored shit. Maybe even a field goal. But the Panthers, they got some issues, man. Bryce Young went 18 for 35, 154 yards with a touchdown and 2 picks. Great start, Bryce. Just when people started to fucking believe in you. Chuba Hubbard carried the ball 16 times for 57 yards. And welcome to the NFL, Ted McMillan. 5 receptions for 68 yards in his NFL debut. For those Jags, T. Law went 19 for 31 with 178 yards, throwing a touchdown and a pick as well, because of course he fucking did. Travis Etienne, who was playing his brother today, carried the ball 16 times for 143 yards. God damn. And receiving-wise, honors go to Brenton Strange, their tight end, with 4 receptions for 59 yards, as the Jaguars were able to pull it out and secure the victory 26-10 over the lowly Panthers. It's an NFL tradition seen twice a year. A Battle of Ohio. No, I'm not talking about Ohio State versus the Ohio Bobcats. I'm talking the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The traditional contest for anyone alike. This was a game that should have been more one sided than it really was. But knowing how both teams did last year, this isn't the worst thing I've seen today. For the Bengals, Joe Burrow went 14 for 23, 113 yards, and a touchdown. Chase Brown carried it 21 times for 43 yards and a touchdown. Seriously, only just a little over 2 yards per carry? Receiving went to T. Higgins with 3 receptions for 33 yards. For the Browns, Joe Flacco went 31 for 45, threw 290 yards, even threw a touchdown, but he threw 2 picks because, of course, he fucking did. Dylan Sampson, welcome to the NFL, carried it 12 times for 29 yards, and Big Booty Judy catching it 5 times for 66 yards. The Browns were just so fucking close, but couldn't get the job done. The Bengals win 17-16, taking the first game in the biannual Battle of Ohio. And we get to the shittiest division in all of football, the NFC South. Because God only knows this division could get so much worse somehow. But this game actually wasn't terrible. If anything, it proved the Falcons actually improved. For once. And by not starting Kirk Cousins and instead starting a guy whose last name is Penis. That is instantly an upgrade and automatically makes them Super Bowl contenders by proxy. For the Bucks, Baker Mayfield went 17 for 32, throwing for 167 yards and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. He also ran the ball 5 times for a total of 39 yards. And Emeka Ibuka, the rookie out of Ohio State, welcome to the NFL. 4 receptions for 67 yards and hauling in his first 2 touchdowns of his NFL career. Things look very promising for him. For the Falcons, Michael Penis Jr. went 27 for 42, 298 yards, god damn, and a touchdown pass. Not bad, kid. Tyler Algier carried it 10 times for 24 yards. And Bijan Robinson, wait, why the fuck is Bijan Robinson the one leading receptions? He's a running back. I know, it's weird. He caught it 6 times for 100 yards and had a touchdown reception en route to a Buccaneer victory, 23-20, with a game-winning field goal thanks to Chase McLaughlin. The Falcons always gonna fucking Falcon. Well, shiver me fucking timbers. I was not expecting this matchup to go the way it did. The Niners and Seahawks were considered to be a bit of a mid-off. What with the Niners dealing with injury issues left, right, and center up the ass, involving this week Brock Purdy, Juwan Jennings, and George Kittle. So these guys are even more fucked than they were last week. God damn it, Niners. At least the Seahawks actually tried today, but even then, that's not really saying much considering what happened. For those Niners, Brock Purdy went 26 for 35, 277 yards, throwing 2 touchdowns and 2 picks to fucking neutral it all out. Christian McCaffrey is back with 22 carries and 69 yards. Nice. And Ricky Pearsall has a bit of a breakout game. May not have hauled a touchdown in, but he did catch 108 yards worth over 4 receptions. So that's going to be at least worth something. For those Seahawks, the debut of Sam Darnold is here, and he goes 16 for 23 and only throws 150 yards. With 124 of those yards, over 9 receptions belonging to Jackson Smith-Njigba. Yikes. And Zach Charbonnet carried it 12 times for 47 yards at a touchdown of his own. As the Niners, yes, the Niners are the ones coming out with the victory, 17-13 in Seattle. I guess it is true what they say. There really are sleepless nights in Seattle. Well. I really thought Cam Ward was going to have a better NFL debut. I really did. In fact, I was looking forward to it. Damn shame it couldn't happen considering he wasn't at his best. It's a shame. Really expected more out of him too. Being the number one overall pick and much. But then again, when you don't have a lot of weapons in Tennessee, what are you to do? What are you to do? Denver just played very fucking well, and it shows. Like, it may not have been a dominant victory, but it was a pretty promising start for this new look Broncos. Really is. For those Titans, Cam Ward, 12 for 28 and 112 yards. What a fucking debut. And that's not a good thing either that I say that. Pollard led both rushing and receiving. Let me start with the rushing. He carried the ball 18 times for 60 yards and had one reception for 29 yards. Yes, a singular reception was enough to make sure he led receiving. That's how far ass backwards we are. For the Broncos, Bo Dix went 25 for 40 with 176 yards in the air with a touchdown and 2 picks. RJ Harvey, welcome to the NFL. Carried it 6 times for 70 yards in his NFL debut. And Cortland Sutton showing off why he's still probably the best receiving option in Denver with 61 yards over 6 receptions and a touchdown with there. The Broncos easily won this game 20-12. Again, Cam Ward. Is this the Cam Ward of football that was supposed to be dominant like he was at Miami? Or is this the Cam Ward that played goaltender for the Carolina Hurricanes? Well, I see that divisional loss is still hitting Detroit heavy because good God, what the hell was that? I'll tell you what it was. It was just not a good day for Detroit. And the NFC North at this point is fearing that the Green Bay Packers are indeed back. That's not what they want to hear. For Detroit, Jared Goff went 31 for 39 with 225 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. David Montgomery carried the ball 11 times for only 25 yards. Yeesh. And Sam Laporta caught the ball 6 times for 79 yards. Then again, it doesn't really help when you're playing against Micah Parsons, now does it? For the Packers, Jordan Love went 16 for 22 with only 188 yards passing, but had 2 touchdown passes. Josh Jacobs carried the ball 19 times for 66 yards and a touchdown. And Romeo Doubs with 2 catches for 68 yards as the Packers took care of business against their NFC North foes by a score of 27-13. Honestly, this matchup could have gone either way, but I was not expecting the game to go like this. Good God, I knew both teams weren't exactly at their best level, but like this? This is ass. This is straight up ass. Like, what in the hell was that? I'll tell you what it was. It was mediocre. Absolute, pure, grade A mediocrity. That's not good. For those Texans, CJ Stroud went 19 for 27 with 188 yards and he threw a pick. Good job, dipshit. Nicholas Chubb went 13 times on the ground for 60 yards. And rookie Jimmy Higgins, welcome to the NFL. 2 catches for only 32 yards. Not the best debut. But then again, you really can't do much when your team is dog shit. For the Rams, Matt Stafford, despite all the injury questions in the world, went 21 for 29 with 245 yards and a touchdown. Kyron Williams was still Kyron Williams with 18 carries for 66 yards and a touchdown. But then again, we all pray to Lord Buka Nakua. 10 receptions, 130 yards. God damn, this kid is good. And he helped the Rams win 14-9 over the Houston Texans. And people are still questioning what the fuck is going on in Houston. Talk about a bore fest. Like, sure, there were moments in this game that were really good. But come on. Come on. Like, this? This is just bad. I mean, both teams at least put effort in. Caleb Williams even had a decent game, but even then, what the fuck was that? My God, I could play a fucking better quarterback, and I'm not even a football player. I'm just a fucking idiot doing these videos for you people. By the way, for everyone that subscribed, thank you. I really do appreciate your support. For the Vikings, the debut of J.J. McCarthy a year after he got drafted went somewhat subpar. 13 for 20, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a pick 6. Good job, dipshit McGillicuddy. Jordan Mason, welcome to the Vikings. Carried it 15 times for 68 yards. And Aaron Jones caught it 3 times for 44 yards and a touchdown. Okay. Meanwhile, for the Bears, Caleb Williams went 21 for 35, 210 yards. Yes, I know. He actually threw a 200-yard passing game. It's a fucking miracle. And a touchdown pass. He also ran it 6 times for 58 yards and a touchdown run. I know. He can also run, apparently. And receiving, DJ Moore caught it 3 times for 68 yards. But the Vikings came back and they took care of business, defeating the Bears 27-24 in a game I honestly could have fucking slept through. And that will do it for the week 1 week in review. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a like, comment down below any suggestions for the future, and subscribe to join the Illogical Nation. We are approaching 1,000 very slowly, but we will get there in due time. But until tomorrow night for Thursday Night Football, je suis Canadien Logique. Bonne nuit. Et au revoir. Wait, what do you mean I'm missing a game? No, I'm not. I'm not missing a game. What the fuck are you talking about? Stop lying to me.